So you already explored a little bit about Google Classroom. Hopefully you were able to get a little more familiar with that. Now we're going to delve into Wonders component. So you already logged in. I showed you in that last tutorial how to do that. You put in your fruit, your number, and your shape, your number, fruit, and shape. You're going to go down here to where it says Wonders Grade 1. You're going to click on the little squirrel. And then this is the screen that shows up. So there's two options here. You're going to not click on that top one. You're going to click on the one with your teacher's name. For example, it's Celetta Stars, but it could be Mrs. Gunn's class, Ms. Thompson's class, etc. So you click on the one you want to see, and then you see the little squirrel with the to-do list. There are other buttons to click on. Don't worry about those right now. We're just going to worry about the to-do list button. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to give me a very loud to-do.
To-do.
There it goes. And you can see that these are the assignments here. So they're listed maybe a little differently for different classrooms. We all have the same assignments, but for example, Mrs. Soletta's class has all of Mondays here, and then you can see the whole weeks. For some reason they put Thursday in the middle here. The computer did it that way. I don't know why. Maybe it's just alphabetical order, I'm thinking. In any event, you have all of the days that you're going to do. Now that's just a suggestion. If you wanted to do them out of order, or you wanted to, maybe you weren't able to do it on Monday, but you're doing it on Tuesday, that's fine. We would just like for you to finish it by the end of the week, but we understand that sometimes you just can't get around to it. So I know that some classes have just Monday's workup or just Tuesday's workup. So in any event, you would have to scroll up and down to see your to-do list. And here are the resources. Now, when you click on it, here's the spelling, and you can see this will pop up. Now, if I want to see the assignment, I can either use the interactive version or the original format. Some of you like the interactive version, and you can type on it, and that's great, and draw on it. Or maybe you just want to write it out. So if you want the original format, you'll click on that. The directions we have are for the interactive format, so it'll say pages 1 through 5, for example. So down here it'll say page 91. In the future we'll add the practice page numbers, but as you know, this is brand new to us and we have not used this before, so we're learning as well. So just the important part is just to do the work, right? So if you want to print this out, you could. You definitely don't have to print it out. You could just get a spiral notebook and write down the answers. You could write number 1 and write the word parts to make the spelling word, number 2 and write the word parts. When you get to the circling the spelling word, you could write, it's great practice in writing the sentence and then circling the spelling word. If that's too hard, you could just write the spelling word in the sentence. It's up to your skill level, what you feel comfortable with. Here, again, you could just write number 1 and 2 and write the spelling words in the box, and so on. So I think you get the idea about that. So these are the pages that go with the spelling. Okay. Let's say you want to use the interactive version. So again, you're going to click on the cog. You're going to say Open Interactive Version. And again, so at the bottom is where you would get to the next page. So click on the right. And let me move this over. Give me one moment. There we go. So you can see the text tools here. So here's the pencil, and here's the typing. When you click on typing, if you want to type, you have to double click. If you don't double click, it will not type it in for you. Okay, let me fix one thing here too. As big as it's going to get, I guess. So if I double click here and I want to type in the word, I can do that. And I can double click here and type in the word. I do that for all of these. And it's okay if it's a little bit off the line, right? We're just doing the best we can. And then if I want to click on the pencil, I can circle the spelling word here. And I can circle the spelling word here. And then when I'm done, I can go to the next page by clicking on the arrow, or I can say, you know, I'm finished for right now. I want to just save this. So I'm going to click on my Save button. And now it says it's saved to work in my binder. So I'm going to say, okay. I click on that, click on the little X. And then let me move this down a bit so you can see what I can see. So here's the red dot. I'm just going to click out of there, and now I've got my work in my binder. Now I've been doing this a couple times, so I have a few attached resources, a few resources that I've used, and that's okay. If you have multiple ones in here, that's fine. We can see your work with no problem. You could write a note to your teacher. This is Jaden Benson. I'd like to thank Jaden for letting me borrow his account here. It says, welcome Jaden Benson at the top. Wrote, this was a fun assignment. And then he clicked submit. Now let me show you how he did that, because you may not have seen it. So let's go to Tuesday. And I'm going to scroll back up here and see where it says note to teacher. So after he did his assignment, let's say this is Tuesday now, and we're going to do grammar practice reproducibles. So let's say that he's doing it online. So he's going to click on this, and he's going to say open interactive version. And then he needs to circle. He's going to read what it says up here, and then he's going to circle the verb that tells about the present. So again, he's using his little pencil, and he's going to say Blake sees a small ant. Now let's say he's done all of that and he wants to save it. He's going to click on save, save to my binder, put a little X. Let me move this down so you can see. I'm going to click on this red, and now it's here. Okay. If he wants to add more to it, he can open it up again and then add more and do more pages. When he's all done, he can give me a little note here. He can say, hi, Mrs. Saletta. Have a good day. I enjoyed my work. And then he could say submit. And now my assignment has been submitted. Okay. And it's got a little check mark that he has finished his work. Okay. So that is how you would navigate it. Now again, if you don't do the interactive workbook, that's fine. You don't have to do the interactive workbook. You could just do it on a spiral notebook, write it down, write me a little note, or write your teacher a little note, click that submit button, and then we can see, oh, you've submitted your work. Okay, good job. Then you'll go on to the next one. Here's the weekly opener, the video. Maybe some of you have already seen this. I'm gonna click on the cog and say open this resource. And I'm going to watch the little opener about insects.
Insects. What insects do you know about?
Sorry, that was kind of loud.
How are they alike and different?
So I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but say you watched it all. Okay, and then let's say, oh, I want to let my teacher know that I watched it. I learned how insects are alike and different. Sorry, I know I started typing way over there. I can maybe make that typing more to the left, but you get the idea. Then I can click submit, and then it's been submitted, and there's a little check mark, and your teacher will look at this on our end and we'll say, oh, look at that, Jaden watched the opener and he gave me a little note, and I see that maybe he told me one way that how insects are alike or how they're different, right? Good job. So that's what the assignments are, and you can do this day at a time, or you can do it how you feel, whatever fits into your day. When you're done, you're going to want to log out, and then it'll just bring you, sometimes it gives you this error message. I've been getting this error message a lot, but at least I know that don't worry about it. I know that it's there, and that's okay. So I can click out of there, and then I can go, okay, so now I know that I've done my insects weekly opener video. I did the vocabulary sight word introduction. I did the long blending game. I read the decodable books. I did my spelling work. And now I'm going to go on to my math and Zearn. I'm going to do lessons 1 and 2. Now in Zearn, there are missions, lots of missions. Mission 2 has a lot of lessons in it. So you're just going to do lesson 1. There's a couple activities in there. You do those activities. It unlocks the next lesson. Lesson 2, do those activities. There's some games and sometimes little lessons in there. You can do those, and then it'll open up for the next one. But we ask that you just do the lessons for the day so that you don't do all the lessons, and then you'll have nothing left for the end of the day. So let's pretend that Jaden has finished all of his work. Good job, Jaden. He is going to say, mark as done. It says to add or create. Don't worry about that. He's just going to mark it as done. And it says you didn't attach work for the day. It's okay. We're not attaching work to Google. I'm going to mark as done. Maybe I want to add a comment. Mrs. Saletta, This Google Classroom is pretty cool. And then I'm going to hit my post. Now, only Mrs. Saletta can see this. It says one private comment, so only your teacher can see your private comment. You might want to tell your teacher something that you liked about the activity that you just did. Now, Mondays is our Zoom days, so we don't have a check-in for Monday. But if you go back to the Google Classroom and you go on classwork, you'll see that Tuesday, you scroll down to Tuesday, there's the assignment. Again, I'm going to click on View Assignment. Here's all the assignments. They're the same ones that are on that calendar that we have for you. So again, I'm going to go to ConnectEd login, do my work, submit it, do my Zearn work, submit it. When I've done all, sorry, not submit. There's nothing to submit for Zearn. I take that back. Nothing to submit for Zearn. We just do the work. We can look at it on our end and see that you've done it. We can see what lessons you've done, okay, when we log in as teachers. You're going to mark it as done, maybe add a little private comment if you want, and your teacher can comment back to you. And then you're going to go back to the assignment, and there's a question. I'm going to click on the question. It says, can you write 3 long I words? So I'm going to view the question. And this was my example, so it says I love dogs when I was when I was testing this out. Me too. But you can submit your answer here. So here's your answer. Let's see. And you can see, let's see. I've already had an answer, so I think, sorry, this is the private comments. I'm just going to go to edit. Okay, so here is my answer. So I can say 3 long I words. Let me delete this one. Fight. Isn't that silly? It says I love dogs. That was just an example that I had done. Fly tight. Those are my 3 long I words. Maybe I can even do more. I'm going to do some rhyming words. Right and sight. Ooh, I did some extra. Then I'm going to say turn in. And I turned it in. And then I can answer you. I can see what your answer is. Okay? And that's turned in. So I'm going to go back to my Saletta Stars, go to my classwork. If I want to view the question, you just do that and you can see my classmates' answers too. Here's my answer. If any of my classmates answer, I can see their answers too. Maybe Anvith has some answers. He does. Good job, Anvith. He has sight, might, and bright. And Anthony Saletta, that's my son, he has fight, fly, tight, right, and sight. So that's great. You figured that out, Anvith. Good job. So I'm going to go back here. And if I ever have a question, I go back to classwork. I'm going to do the same thing for Wednesday, same thing for Thursday. And there's optional extra activities down here. If your teacher will have extra activities. If you need extra work to do, if you have finished all your work and you wanted some different things to do, click on those extra activities. And you can see what else to do. I hope this was helpful to you, looking at it, seeing it. I know that yesterday was a little difficult because we're all learning something new. Your teachers are learning something new. Please be patient with us. We all are trying our best. I know it's hard not seeing each other. We all miss you very much. And we hope you're healthy and you stay active. And I know a lot of you are staying fit, so continue exercising. That's a great way to use your time. Okay, bye, first grade.